Sunderland's signing of goalkeeper Gordan from Hearts during the summer raised more than a few eyebrows. The £9 million transfer fee was a British record for a keeper, but his impressive form so far this season suggests that for Roy Keane and the Black Cats, it was money well spent. But it doesn't matter how good you are, arriving at a new club always presents challenges.
It's always going to be difficult coming into a new team and moving to a new city. It's going to be strange, but I've settled in not too bad and getting to know the players, and it helps once you settle in, get yourself a house and settle in a bit, but yeah, everything's going quite well.
Gordan was born and bred in Edinburgh. He grew up supporting Heart of Midlothian, who vie for the status of the city's biggest club with neighbours Hibernian. Fortunately, his goalkeeping talents were recognised by his favourite team, and Hearts signed him up to their youth programme. By 2002, he'd broken into the first team. Alongside midfielder Paul Hartley and captain Stephen Presley, Gordan formed a Scottish spine to the best Hearts side of recent times. In the 2005-06 campaign, the Jambos won their first major trophy in 8 years. Gordan playing a crucial role as Gretna were defeated in a penalty shootout in the final of the Scottish Cup. That same season, they also finished second to Celtic in the league. It meant they became the first Scottish side other than Celtic or Rangers to reach the qualifying rounds of the Champions League. It was a wonderful era for the supporters and extra special for their goalkeeper.
Hearts my hometown club and the club I supported as a boy, and when you get the opportunity to play for the team you support when you're young, it's a fantastic feeling. And I look back and I'm delighted that I managed to play as many times for them as I did, and to help them lift a major trophy. It's something that I'd always dreamed about.
Behind the celebrations, however, was irreparable discontent. Lithuanian chairman Vladimir Romanov's meddling in team affairs eventually led to the breakup of the side. Hearts went through 3 managers the following season. Scottish internationals Presley and Hartley left for Celtic amidst a blaze of claim and counterclaim. And it was only a matter of time before Gordan himself moved on, disillusioned by what was happening at Tynecastle and also ready to test himself in England. He was a wanted man, with Aston Villa in particular keen to acquire his services. But a visit to the Stadium of Light and the persuasive powers of Roy Keane, who was happy to pay top dollar for a quality keeper, proved decisive. His mind was made up.
I came down to speak to the manager and the people behind the scenes at the club, and looked around at the stadium and the training facilities, and everything about the club was absolutely first class. And it was made up my mind from there that I definitely wanted to sign for Sunderland.
Gordan made his debut against Tottenham on the opening day of the season and kept a clean sheet as Michael Chopra's last gasp strike earned the Black Cats a stunning 1-0 win.
I only arrived at the club 2 days before the game, and throwing straight into training and then into a game was very quick for me to sort of hit the ground running, and I had to, because it was a very important game. The fans had packed the stadium out, and something they'd been looking forward to since they gained promotion. So it was a big game for everybody, and delighted to get off to a great start.
Of course, for Sunderland, this season is all about staying up, and Gordan will have plenty to do if that's to happen. He's certainly under no illusion as to the size of the task he faces south of the border, but is ready to embrace it.
You've got big-name players, a lot more big-name players down here. You've got teams that pay 30 million for strikers, so you're going to come up against some of the best players in the world, and it's a great challenge, and one that I've enjoyed so far, and I'm looking forward to in the future.
I think he's different class, and you look at some of the saves that he has pulled off for the team, important saves that has, will gain us points throughout the season. I know people say, 9 million for a goalkeeper, but I definitely think he's worth every penny.
These are exciting times for Gordan with the national team as well. He was part of the side that recently became the first Scottish team to beat France in Paris for 57 years. Qualification for their first major final since 1998 is in their own hands.
We're at the top at the moment, but if you you look at the fixtures, we've probably got the hardest 3 fixtures still to go out of the 3 teams that are pushing for the 2 places. So it's going to be difficult. We've got a big job in our hands, but we've given ourselves that glimmer of hope.
The softly-spoken 25-year-old is taking all the publicity and his transfer fee in his stride. Seen as a future Scotland captain, he has the potential to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world and has already gone a long way towards ending those age-old jokes about the standard of keeping in Scotland.